Hello again, everyone. I hope you are all having a wonderful rest of the night. If you're here from my last stream, welcome back. If you are just coming in, welcome. This is some Cat President, which I already beat once, but I found out that there are 18 possible endings, and I was like, I just can't be like content with just one ending. So we gotta have or we gotta at least play through this twice on stream. So I'm gonna pick a different candidate and all this stuff. It's gonna be super fun. Um, I feel bad because I'm overlapping with two other Nancy Drew streamers. But I just felt like playing, and I have some free time tonight, so I just wanted to relax and do that. So I'm going to probably do that for about an hour. So we're just gonna jump on in.
Hey everybody.
Da 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 ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 ba. Cause yeah, okay. So see, I had just unlocked. I had basically just unlocked. Um, for DJ Nibbles, I had unlocked the bad and the normal ending. So I wanted to expand a little bit. Y'all have to tell me how the levels are. Like if the game's too loud, if I'm too loud, if the game's too soft, whatever. So, we're going to jump back in. So, Miss President, you've decided to run for re-election. A second term would be wonderful. Oops, excuse me, wrong conversation. Let me start over. So you've decided to replay the game. Good, a second playthrough would be wonderful. You should know that you can skip through text you've already seen by holding down the control button. I'm not going to. It comes in handy when one of the candidates starts filibustering. Enjoy Cat President, a more perfect union. I never dreamed I would get involved in politics. I mean, I'm just a plain Jane, a nobody. I've never even voted before. But somehow I found myself swarmed by presidential candidates, and they all want me to be their campaign manager. Which one should I choose? They're all such good options, I can't pick which one. Oh, but I should back up first and explain how I got into this situation. It all started last week when I heard someone calling my name at the park. What's my name again? I'm gonna go with Tori this time. Tori! Tori! That's my best friend Lizzie. We found out from the last stream that Lizzie is kind of a boy crazy girl. What is it, Lizzie? Did you hear they're having the big debate tonight? I got us tickets. A debate? What about? Gosh, don't you know? The presidential debate. Oh, is President Daisy Doodle coming to town? That's so cool. I like her. What's she gonna debate? No, actually, the debate is for the presidential candidates who are running to replace Daisy Doodle when she leaves office next year. You Tory up the place. It's like a pun. All 6 of them are in town and they're going to debate important issues like foreign policy and catnip. Plus, they're adorable. I want to hug and pet each one of them. Oh, right. I probably should have said something about this earlier. Oh, I've got like a hair in front of my eye and I can't find it. Okay, there we go. Ah! 20 years ago, the government got so corrupt that the Supreme Court decided to ban all humans from politics. Now, only the politicians we have are cats. I know it sounds crazy, but the government is a lot more effective this way. I don't know. I think I'll stay at home. No way, you have to come. If you don't, I'll never forgive you. I know. I'm gonna do all nice answers because I think that's how I'm going to unlock the great ending. Because I just got bad and normal last time, but sometimes I would pick like a snarky response. So I'm gonna go with all super nice responses and see if I get like the perfect ending. I love cats. I can't wait to see them. I don't actually love cats in real life, but there's like 3 cats I've met in my entire life that I like. Most of them I don't. Me neither. This will be so much fun. Oh, excuse me. Have some salt and vinegar chips, Susan. I should whip those out. We got there about an hour early. Since nothing was going to happen for a while, I decided to explore a bit, maybe see if I could find a bathroom. It wasn't long before I got lost. Bad V is coming out. This place is like a maze. How are you supposed to figure out where to go? They need signs or something. After wandering around for a few minutes, I found a fancy-looking door. I stepped inside, but no one was there. Empty. I guess I'll try another room. I beg your pardon? Oh, it's a cat. Did you lose your owner, little guy? I've never been so insulted in my life. You think I'm a common street cat? How dare you talk to me like that? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know you were a talking cat. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. I should have security throw you out immediately. Aw, don't be so mean. A cute girl comes wandering in and you try to have her kicked out? That's not what I would do. Yeah, I like her style. My style? Well, yeah, you snuck all the way backstage to meet with us. That's pretty brave of you. You have guts. I like you. Wait, if I'm backstage, that means... Oh my gosh, you 3 are the presidential candidates. Bingo, I'm Frisky, and may I say it's a pleasure to meet a beautiful woman like yourself. I'm DJ Nibbles. I'm the young, cute candidate. We picked DJ Nibbles last time. More like the empty-headed kitten who keeps rushing into danger. I can't help it if sometimes I get into trouble. I'm naturally curious. Naturally stupid, you mean. And that grumpy guy over there is Thunderpaw. He always seems to be upset over something. Not true. I'll be happy when you losers drop out of the race. I'm not going to drop out. I'm in it to win it. So, darling, you didn't tell us your name. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. My name is Tori. Well, Tori, why don't you come with me for a little while? I guarantee you'll enjoy it. You want to be alone with me? So I can lead you back to the audience area, of course. Hey, Frisky, don't keep our guest all to yourself. Let me help her guide her back to her seat. Guide her back to her seat. Hello, Psychoport. Good to see you. I think there's supposed to be a small resemblance, but there are some differences in the story later on, so. You want this cat? Well, we have 6 candidates to choose from when we get to that point, so. Anyway, welcome, Psychoport. If you'd like me to call you something different, please just let me know, but I've never seen you on my channel before, so welcome! I'm V, or Tori, or Victoria, or whatever you want to call me. So, anyway. Have you two forgotten that the debate starts in 45 minutes? We don't have time to be escorting random humans all over the place. I'll call security and they'll have you removed from the premises. No, that's okay. I think I can find the way myself. Are you sure? I wouldn't mind helping you. I'm sure. You all focus on debate stuff. Bye! Goodbye, Tori. Nice meeting you. I got out of the room as quickly as I could. Sorry, I was jamming to this little piano tune. I couldn't believe it. I accidentally interrupted 3 of the presidential candidates. What kind of goofball does a thing like that? I decided to get back to my seat as quickly as possible, but I ended up running into more cats. Uh-oh. Hey, humans aren't allowed back here. I'm so sorry, I got lost and I don't know how to get back to my seat. Hyper-V. You can call me Hyper-V if you want. I'm not always hyper, but sure. Sounds like a superhero. I like it. I understand. These hallways can be pretty confusing sometimes. Yeah, the first time I was here, I was chasing my tail for hours. So you're not mad at me for being in the off-limits area? No, we're not mad. These sorts of things happen. The door you're looking for is the 3rd one on the right. Oh, thank you so much. My name is Tori, by the way. Who are you? I'm Elvis Tiberius Kale III, but you can call me Kale. The cat on the left nodded his head as he said this. Nice to meet you, Kale. Are you also running for president? I certainly am, although most people say I should drop out because I'm last in the polls. Cheer up, Kale. At least you made it all the way to the debates. I'm Dr. Nom Noms. I'm also not polling very well at the moment. If it wasn't for the calicos, I'd probably be out of the running. Your cat looks like this one? That's awesome. Have you played Cat President before, Psychoport? Hyper V, to the stream. You both seem like very nice cats. Maybe the debate will boost your popularity. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm lucky to be here tonight. I'm just hoping to debate the issues and do my best for all the alley cats out there. Thank you both very much for helping me. If I could vote for both of you, I would. That's very kind of you to say. Please, enjoy the debate tonight. I followed their directions and made it back to my seat all right. Phew, finally made it. Tori, where were you? You'd never believe me, even if I told you. You'll have to tell me later. The show is about to start. Is that where my seat is? I have that view. It's a horrible view. After that, the moderator came on stage and explained the debate rules to the audience. The rules were pretty simple. Clap whenever there's a response you like, but no interrupting the debaters and no cat calls. No, I haven't. This is hilarious. I'm glad you like it. This is my second time playing through this. It's a little indie made game. It's available on Steam. The writer is a guy named Michael Gray, and the developer is a guy named Paul Franzen. And what's actually funny is they're developing another visual novel that's similar to the style of this called The Pizza Delivery Boy Who Saved the World, and I actually got a role in it, which is really cool. So I'm playing through Cat President to kind of support him, and when Pizza Boy comes out, I'll be able to see myself in the game, which will be really fun. Oh, you guys can both vote on options when we get to it. The debate itself was pretty interesting. Thunderpaw was an intense debater. He yelled at all the other candidates and constantly insulted them. If his goal was to look stronger than his opponents, then he succeeded. Frisky didn't try to appeal to all voters. Instead, he focused his attention on just one group, women. He wouldn't stop talking about how much he loved women. I didn't think it was very professional, but my friend Lizzie liked it. DJ Nibbles was as energetic as ever, which ended up hurting his debate style. He rushed into his answers with such enthusiasm that he tripped over his words, and twice he lost his place during speeches. Still, it's nice to see such refreshing honesty in a political debate. Dr. Nomnoms did not do very well. He flubbed most of his answers, and he went on a long tangent about a bird bath he visited last year. It's almost like he was trying to fail. Kale did okay, I guess. He was a solid speaker, but he was definitely overshadowed by all the other personalities in the room. I can see why he's last in the polls. As for the final debater, Rover, there was something different about him. I don't know what it was. He just seemed, I don't know, really different from the other cats. At the end of the debate, the moderator called for silence. I choose the same way since school had these optional answers. First one, second one, third, repeat until it's a large zigzag. Hi, E. Welcome. At the end of the debate, the moderator called for silence. I already read that, my bad. We've heard all of the candidates' responses, but now we want to hear a question from a real person, an average citizen, not a politician. That's why we've picked a randomly selected audience member to give the final question of the debate, and that person is Tori, because I'm obviously the only Tori in this huge room. This song. What? Me? Come on up, Tori. Tell everyone your question. Well, okay, I don't know a lot about politics, but I do know that politicians are supposed to help people, so I guess I want to know how all of you will help me. I mean, I lost my job at the grocery store last week, and I'm still having trouble finding a new one. If I don't get a job soon, I might lose my apartment. I know my personal problems don't matter much in the political world, but what will you do as president to help people like me? That's a very good question. All questions that were asked here tonight have been good, especially the question of social inequality between cats and humans. Kale, you're a salad-headed moron. This isn't a question of social inequality. Yeah, besides the real social inequality is between cats and dogs. I have a suggestion. You can work for me, Tori. What? You need a job and I need a new campaign manager. I'll hire you. That will help your problem, right? Oh yeah, I want to hire you too. No way, you want to work on the DJ Nibbles campaign with me. I'm sure there's room for you on the Kale campaign. You don't want to work for these losers. Work for Thunderpaw. I only hire the best and brightest. I have one question to ask. Do you have a dog? No? Then I offer my services as well. Come work for me. No, me. Me. Oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. You all want me to work for you? I hate to interrupt here, but we're running out of time for the debate. If you could please choose a candidate now. Alright, guys. That's the dilemma I found myself in. 6 great cats all running for president, and they all want me to work for them. How can I pick just one? I like all of them. In the end, I decided to go with... Alright, guys. So last time we went through this game, we picked DJ Nibbles. So that was fun, but let's pick one of the other cats. I'll take some votes. How much... What do you guys vote for? We've got Frisky, Dr. Nom Noms, Thunderpaw, Kale, or Rover. What is that? Meow. Obviously, Rover's not really a cat. So, do we have any votes? I'll give you guys a chance. I'll go with whatever Psychoport chooses. Okay, Psychoport, are you still in the room? Feel free to take a pick. I'm gonna eat a candy. 2 times 5 is 10. This song is... Lands on Kale. Alright, we're going with Kale. Chapter 1, in which we begin to explore just what a campaign manager actually is. I decided to go with Kale. He seemed like the right choice for me. I'd like to work for Kale if that's okay. Okay, it's wonderful. Welcome to the Kale campaign. Aw, I wanted her to work for me. It doesn't matter how many managers you hire, Kale. You're still a loser, a nobody. That brings an end to tonight's Sharp Claw debate. Thank you all very much for watching. After the debate, I had my first official meeting with Kale back in his hotel room. Tori, I'm glad to have you working on my campaign. I figure some fresh blood can help us with our problems. What problems? You seem to be doing well to me. Thanks for saying that, but this campaign is going to be an uphill battle. There are dozens of other cats trying to get where I am. Dozens of other cats? I don't understand. I thought there were only 6 presidential candidates, you and the others who were at the debate tonight, right? You don't know? Oh dear. According to the new laws, every state gets 1 candidate to represent it, which means there are 50 cats running for president. 50? Tonight's debate was for the top 6 candidates according to the polls. Oh, well that's good news. You're in the top 6. Not really. Of the 6, I'm dead last with only 3.24% of the votes. The 7th place cat got 3.23. 0.1%? That's not much of a lead. That's really 0.01%. I know, right? The worst part is that the poll had a 2% margin of error, so for all I know, I am dead last. I'm sorry, I should have told you this before accepting you as my manager. If you'd rather campaign for one of the more popular candidates, I'd understand. I'm gonna stick with you to the bitter end. I'm gonna stick with you to the bitter end. Really? You bet. I said I'd be your campaign manager, and I meant it. Just because it's going to be difficult, that doesn't mean I should quit before I even get started. I knew I made the right choice in hiring you. With you on the campaign, there's no way we can lose. Yeah! Yeah! So, how do you run a political campaign anyway? Well, as you know, the first primary is tomorrow. We should focus all our attention on that. Right. I totally knew about that. So, the first primary is in, Miowa. Right, Miowa. That's the southern primary state. No, it's the western one. Right. Why didn't I pay more attention during high school? I can barely remember all this stuff. I think we went over this in Mr. Drew's history class. Flashback. When the election system was designed, our country was split up into 3 regions: the Northwest, the Northeast, and the South. In order to make things fair, it was decided that each region would get one of the major primaries during election seasons. We still follow that system today, with the 3 main primaries occurring in the states of Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. I don't get it. Why are we still picking our presidents based on what those states say? Like, the country has more than doubled in size since then. Why don't any of the newer states get a say in who gets to be president? Because nobody cares about the states west of Iowa. Following historical precedents is very important. History is the most important. Oops, that's me. Tori, no cell phones in class. Oh, please let me answer this call. Government stuff isn't all that important anyway. Yes, it is. What if you end up being a campaign manager for a presidential candidate someday? You'll be completely unprepared if you don't know this stuff. Yeah, right, like that could ever happen. Same. Wow, now that I think about it, Mr. Drew is right. History can be important. I guess I should study my high school history book to learn more about elections. Cathio. Ohio. Cathio. Yes, I still have... What's funny, because I live in South Carolina, so South Catalina. It's funny. Yes, I still have my high school history book. It was brand new at the start of the year, and it cost me $500. At the end of the year, I tried selling it back to the school, and they offered me $4. Wow, if that's not even college, I mean, I did that. I still have all my college textbooks because I spent so much money on them, and the payback was so bad. From history to poopsie, or from Washington to poopsie. Just chewing this caramel real quick. Okay. I'm still kind of angry about that. I tried donating my textbook to a local charity, but they gave it back to me. Ever since then, it's been sitting in the back of my closet gathering dust. I said goodbye to Kale, and I thanked him for letting me join his campaign. Then I went home and picked up my old history book. Miowa, here we go. Mio is the westernmost state in the entire country. Its residents are mostly farmers who struggle against a hostile environment and even more hostile land squatters. Medicine is scarce in the region, and most people live in fear of deadly diseases like smallpox, cholera, and dysentery. This information might be a little out of date, but it still seems like it could be useful. If Mioans are so scared of smallpox, we could try making that the cornerstone of Kale's campaign. A vote for Kale is a vote against smallpox. Vote Kale who bring more doctors into Miowa. Yeah, that seems perfect. Oh, but it's getting late. Maybe I should go to bed. I wonder which one is the good answer. I may not be able to get the perfect ending. Because if I go to bed, I'll be more rested. But if I do more research, I'll be more knowledgeable about the campaign. I wonder which one's the right answer. What do you guys think? Go to bed or do more research? They just hire you without vetting you in, or at least a background check? Yeah, obviously. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys think is the better answer? Go to bed or do more research? More research? I'm kind of thinking that too. Susan, do you have an idea? Do you have a vote? The music is nice in this game. I'm just gonna go with do more research. No, I can't go to sleep yet. I need to do more research for Kale. Let me see. The capital of Miowa is Demeows, like Des Moines. It's the largest city in the entire state. I know, we should do campaigning in Demeows. It's hard for me to say that. That way we can reach as many people and cats as possible. What a great strategy. Kale will be so proud of me for thinking of a genius plan. Okay, maybe campaigning in the capital city is not so much genius as it is completely obvious, but give me a break. It's my first day on the job, and besides, I was sleepy. I visited a few websites on my computer and turned it off and went to bed. Oh, thank you for the follow, Psychoport. I didn't even see that notification till just now. Thank you so much. I am now like 3 people from 100 followers, so that's really exciting. So close to 100. I may not be good when it comes to politics, but I know that politicians give a lot of speeches. So one of the websites I visited was a speech website. You know, one of those websites where people post requests for speeches. One of the requests was Teachers Association wants an hour-long speech on long division for 4th graders. I signed Kale up to give that speech. Teachers are an important voting bloc, right? I don't know if Kale can talk about long division for an hour, though. Are cats good at math? I hope they are. The next day, I met up with Kale at the airport. Hi, Tori. Ready to visit Miowa? You bet. Before we leave, though, I had a question. Are you good at math? Specifically, are you good at long division? Not really. I use a calculator for math problems. That's kind of an odd question. Why do you ask? Well, I signed you up to talk about long division for an hour at a teachers association. What? I don't know anything about long division. I'm sorry, Kale. I thought it would help you in the election. I guess I should have asked you about it first. Don't feel bad. I appreciate your help. Maybe this will work out for the best. When's the speech supposed to happen? 3 o'clock, right after school ends? We might be able to make that work. I have charity luncheons at 1 and 2, and obviously the minor debate at 5, but that's all I have going on this afternoon. Minor debate? What's that? That's the debate with the lower ranked candidates. Didn't you get the email about it? No, I'm not on the email list yet. Oh dear, we need to fix that. We also need to research long division. I can do that on the plane flight to Miowa. Great. In case I didn't say this earlier, I'm really grateful to have you working on my campaign, Tori. You've got a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Kale. I'm glad I'm working on the campaign, too. I guess I messed up when it came to the speech, but Kale didn't seem to be upset about it. He's a really nice cat. I'm lucky he gave me a job. I was excited to start campaigning, and I was looking forward to the rest of the day. Little did I know how badly the Miowa primary would go. Yikes. In which we finally understand why we needed to learn all the stuff we didn't learn in grade school. On the way to Miowa, I wrote 3 pages of notes on long division. I gave them to Kale so he could memorize them. He said he couldn't read my handwriting, so he made me rewrite the notes on the computer. Most of the morning, it was spent getting into town and meeting with fat cats. To be honest, I didn't pay much attention to them. I was still jet-lagged. When 3 o'clock came around, we went to the Teachers Association meeting. I was super surprised to find a familiar face in the audience. Tori. Oh my gosh, it's my old history teacher, Mr. Drew. Hi, Mr. Drew. I haven't seen you in 4 years. 5 years. 5? Oh, right. I guess it would be 5 years, wouldn't it? You were always bad at math, which is why I find it odd that you're giving a speech about long division. Oh, no, I'm not giving the speech. Kale is giving it. I see. I also find it odd that you're running a presidential campaign given that you failed the selection on U.S. government. I didn't fail, did I? You did. Remember the question about political primaries? You said there were 1776. Oops. I was an idiot. Now do you know how many primaries there are? There's 3. There are 3 primaries. One in Miowa, one in New York, and one in Taco Bell. Why am I so stupid? If that's Carson Drew, all my hopes are crushed. No, it's not Carson Drew. Mr. Drew. Hi! Yeah, no, I'm sure Carson Drew is a lot more handsome than that. Why am I an idiot? New York and Taco Bell. You're right about there being 3 primaries, but wrong about where they are. Looks like you've improved a little. Maybe there's hope for you yet. Thanks, Mr. Drew. You're the best. Don't forget to vote for Kale. Thank you, and good luck. You'll need it. Welcome back, E. Hang on, I need to respond to a question on text. Luck? Ha, I don't need any luck. I knew Kale would win the election. Oh, okay, bye again. Even if some voters can't tell the differences between him and the other 49 candidates. 49 candidates? That's a lot of competition. Luckily, I had a secret weapon. You know all the research I did last night? I put a lot of that information into the speech to make it extra perfect. Now Kale will be sure to impress everyone in Miowa. Teachers, I am honored to speak before you today on long division, the most important of subjects that face fourth graders in our country and indeed the entire world. But before I begin, I would like to mention another issue that concerns all Mioans. Smallpox. It's taken far too many lives. We must find a way to eliminate this deadly disease. A vote for Kale is a vote against smallpox. Vote Kale. I'll bring more doctors to Miowa. Hey, wait a second. Is this a joke? Who put a speech about smallpox into my notes? That disease was cured in 1980. Oh, I'm doing the Kale path, yeah. Uh-oh, looks like my history book was out of date, or I misread it or something. It was terrible. Thanks to my mistake, Kale looked extremely foolish in his big speech to the teachers. I was upset, and since the entire thing was my fault, I knew I had to be the one to fix the problem, so I did the only thing I could think of. I started cheering. Woohoo! Hooray for Kale! He cured smallpox! Kale! 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 So still to death, I see. Kale! 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 Who is that cheering along with me? Gasp! It's Mr. Gasp. It's Mr. Drew! Kale! 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 Mr. Drew led the teachers in a rousing cheer for Kale. I knew he wasn't such a bad person after all. Thank you very much for your support, everyone. Now let's get to the topic at hand. Long division. This topic is very near and dear to my heart. It has always been my belief that we should not let dividends and divisors separate us from each other. If I'm elected president, I will ensure that the only remainders are truth, justice, and rubber chew toys. Hey, Brooke. I hope your trip went well. I hope you guys won, or like, tell me how you guys did. It was like a choral competition, right? Something like that. I actually want Kale to win, too. When I played the DJ Nibbles storyline, he won, so... Or did he? I can't remember. Crap, now I can't remember. Anyway. But what is long division? If we go back through the pages of history, we find that division has always been... I stopped paying attention to the speech after that, but the teacher seemed really impressed. After everything was over, I made a point to talk to Mr. Drew. Grand champions! Hey! Yeah, Brooke! Best chores. Choreography. That's awesome! I'm so happy. That's great. Oh my gosh. I'm really happy for you. Hey, Mr. Drew. Thanks for helping with the cheer. You're welcome, Tori. I'm surprised, though. I thought you didn't like me. I think you're a bad student, but you've got a good heart. I don't want to see you lose your job on the first day. Besides, you were in my class 5 years ago. I'm not going to hold a grudge against you that long just because you didn't turn in your homework. Aw, gee, I love you too, Mr. Drew. I think there's another man you love more. Or should I say, cat? Huh? What are you talking about? You'll sort through your feelings in time, I'm sure. Good luck, Tori. Well, that was weird. What cat could I fall in love with? Hey, Tori, ready to go? Oh, hi, Kale. I loved your speech. You're such a great speaker. Thank yourself. You wrote most of my speech. Yeah, but your delivery was perfect. I bet you're going to wipe the floor with everyone else at the debate tonight. I hope so. Kale spent the next hour preparing for the minor debate. I thought it was silly to call it a minor debate when the majority of the candidates were there, but that's politics for you. In fact, all the candidates were there, except for the 5 that were in the previous debate. Talk about a packed house. I held my breath as the debate began. Surely this would be a breakthrough moment for Kale. Everyone would see how wonderful he is and they'd vote for him in the primary. Hello, and welcome to the minor debate for the Sharp Claw Party, being held the day of the Miowa primary. This is your last chance to see the candidates before the polls close at 7, so let's get started. We have a lot of candidates to meet and a lot of topics to discuss. First, we start with Senator Barkley. Senator, what is your opinion on the current tax rate? Hello, Arga Ann. Welcome to my channel. I've never seen you before. If you'd like me to call you anything in particular, please let me know. But hello. Okay, cool. It's a bit higher than it should be, but hey, what you gonna do? We gotta pay for schools. Senator Bradley, your response? I believe the other senator has gone wild and lost his mind. Taxes are far too high. Senator Ewing, your response? Taxes to fund schools are not high enough. We need to turn it up. Congressman Bogues? I don't know. For the current budget, I'd burn it up, throw it on the floor of the Senate and make them start over. Wrong. I voted for that budget once and I'd vote for it again. Please do not speak out of turn. The next question is for Mr. Jordan. The debate went on like that for a few minutes. I started to get worried. When was Kale going to speak? Finally, the moderator mentioned Kale by name. Senator Kale, do you think voting is important? Yes, I believe. Thank you, Senator Kale. Senator Byrd, what is your opinion on the European Union? I couldn't believe it. Kale didn't get to say more than 3 words before they cut him off. Hello, Sir Nelvin of Locksley the Fourth. Is that like Sir Robin of Locksley? Welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. This might be slightly confusing for those of you who have no context. This is Cat President. It's a visual novel that is made by a little indie game company. It's available on Steam. There are 18 different endings, so I'm just playing through the game for a second time to try to unlock some different endings. There's many branching story paths, so I'm just taking a different story path. But you play the campaign manager of a cat who's running for president. I mean, I understand it's tough to interview 45 candidates in 1 hour, but that's super unfair. Blah. Kale is such a good cat. He deserves more time than that. I decided to run on stage and slap the moderator. I'm not going to do that one. Cheering for Kale worked earlier today. Maybe it'll work again. Kale! Shh, I can't hear the debate. Yes, be quiet. Aww. The rest of the debate went badly. Kale never got a second chance to speak. I completely understand what Kale was saying earlier, but how voters can't tell the difference between him and the other candidates. Obviously, he's different from all the other candidates because he's the best choice, but no one will know that if he never gets any publicity. No wonder he decided to hire me as his new campaign manager. He needs something new, something different, something to make him stand out above the crowd. Stand out above the crowd, even if it gotta shout out loud. That reminded me of the song from a Goofy movie. I just wish I knew what it was. How can I help everyone learn that Kale's policies are the best? And what are his policies, by the way? I meant to look them up on the flight to Miowa, but I forgot. I guess I'm not that great of a campaign manager. Oh well, maybe Kale will get some name recognition for being in the earlier debate. That will help, right? And maybe they'll just list his name first on the ballot. I know a lot of voters always pick whoever's listed first. That's what I did in high school when there was a multiple choice question I didn't know the answer to. Come to think of it, maybe that's why I failed a lot of tests in Mr. Drew's history class. Thank you guys for enjoying that little moment. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that Kale's campaign is not doing as well as I hoped. I was expecting him to be in the lead, not hovering around as a nameless face in a debate. I became determined to help Kale win this election, so I did the only logical thing. I went on the internet and looked up how to be a campaign manager. I got lots of great ideas. I can't wait to share them with Kale tomorrow. In which we try to clarify important points of our platform, such as what is our platform? Hyper-V seems pretty accurate. Good morning, Kale. It's not that good of a morning. Why not? You clearly haven't seen the results of the primary. Well, you gave that awesome speech yesterday, so I'm sure the results will be positive. I mean, sure, the debate wasn't the greatest, but here, look at the results. 10th place? Down from 6th place. That's a drop of 4. Oh no, I'm sorry, but at least you got higher than 39 other candidates. Hello, Paige. This is Cat President. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Look again. What could you be talking about? It says that you're here in... Oh. There was a 4-way tie for 10th place with those candidates all getting 2.3% of the vote. And there was a tie for the 2.2 candidates and the 2.1 candidates. But hey, you creamed the 0.3 candidates. I'm afraid it's the same problem I've always had. I can't find a way to distinguish myself from the other candidates, not when there's so many cats running for office. Yeah, this is a tough job. It's like herding cats. Excuse me? Herding cats? It's just an expression. A horrible, outdated expression. Never use that again. Okay, next time I'll say things differently. After all, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Now you're trying to make me upset. Why am I such an idiot in this game? Oh, Anne, I hope you have a good night if you are leaving. Bye. Thanks for coming in for a minute. Actually, I'm trying to distract you from your poll numbers. Did it work? No, but thanks anyway. I'm sure you'll do better in the next primary. After all, I only had a day to prepare for Iowa. Not a lot of time for a brand new campaign manager, you know? But North Dakota's primary is in 3 weeks. That'll give us plenty of time to make a winning strategy for that state. I already thought of some ideas. Me too, but you're wrong. Excuse me? The next primary is in New Clawshire, and it's in 3 days, not 3 weeks. Whoa, what? We have another primary in less than a week, but we haven't had enough time to recover from the last one. Me neither. Maybe I should just drop out of the race. No, Kale, you have to keep going. You can't quit just because it's tough. Think of all the people in your home state of Pennsylvania. They've been waiting hundreds of years for a president from their state. You can't let them down. First off, James Buchanan was from Buchanan was from Pennsylvania. Second off, I'm from Jersey. Why am I an idiot? I wasn't an idiot in the DJ Nibble storyline. Why am I so dumb? Really? You don't have an accent? Look, Tori, did you do any research before joining my campaign? Well, I thought I figured out you were from Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's from the same people that are making Pizza Boy that me and Hugh are both going to have parts in. But actually, I did some research last night, which is what I've been trying to get to. See, what we need is a way to make you different, a way to distinguish you from the others. You need to stand out above the crowd, even if you gotta shout out loud. This is a Goofy movie! This is a Goofy movie! What is this called? A nod. This is a nod to the Goofy movie. And there's no denying it. This is Goofy movie. This is Goofy movie. That's what I've been saying all along. Once people get to know your policies and personality, they'll love you. We just need to figure out a way to get their attention. My policies? Yeah, like what do you like? Do you support tax reform, education? What about government infrastructure? What's wrong? I've got bad news, Tori. I don't really have any policies. You what? That is to say, I don't have anything which makes me different or unique from the other candidates. Every time we do work in the Senate, I vote along party lines. Why? Because I'm running for president. Everyone knows the most moderate candidate in the primaries is the one who gets the nomination. Fringe candidates might be popular for a little while, but they end up alienating the base. It's the cat who can appeal to the most people that wins the vote, Tory, so I don't try any weird or different policies like a 30% tax rate or outlawing pantyhose that could make voters upset with me. I see, but this time I get to tell you that you're wrong. Excuse me? I checked the issues polls last night, and guess what? You get an average score on most issues, but your score for scratching post enthusiasts is through the roof. Really? Yeah, voters really love your stance on scratching posts. It's your most popular topic. Okay, that's not 100% true. Remember how I messed up on my research and Kale announced smallpox as a major threat? Someone put a video of that online and it got 20,000 views. Smallpox immediately became Kale's most popular, most requested topic. I'm pretty sure that's a joke though, so I ignored it and went with the second most popular topic. Your approval rating among scratching post enthusiasts is a mind-blowing 98%. We need to capitalize on that. Are you sure? I don't think you can win an election on scratching posts. Sure, I might get a few single-issue voters, but they can't carry the day in the general election. No, but they can build up momentum for you. Once voters see how exciting the scratching post people are, they'll get excited too. Like, who's that cat? The one with the amazing followers and excited crowd. I want to follow him too. He should be my president. Are you sure? Absolutely. When people learn how great you are, they'll vote for you, just like me. I mean, I never even heard of you till a few days ago, and now look at me. I'm a huge Kale fangirl. That's what we need, an army of fangirls, a huge group of people who will vote for you and convince everyone else to vote for you. They just need to learn who I am first. Right, and that's why we're starting with your most popular topic, scratching posts, and I know just how to begin. I'll dress up in a scratching post costume and follow you everywhere. How about the speech? I'll sign you up to give a speech on scratching posts. That way you'll be in a huge crowd of Kale supporters. It'll look great on the evening news. How do you know the news will report on the event? I'll invite a bunch of reporters. What about the people who write clickbait articles on the internet? I never read those articles because they're trash, but based on the pictures, they're mostly about women in bikinis. Maybe I could show up in my swimsuit. That could get their attention. I don't think that'd be a good idea for my campaign manager to show up at an event in her swimsuit. Why not? The article practically writes itself. You won't believe what Kale's manager wore to her big speech. His big speech. I'm not going to get any votes by causing a scandal. Oh, I see. Oh, see, that's why I like you. You're a good, honest candidate. I should also dress up as a scratching post. But, okay, I admit it. I didn't mention bikinis because I thought it would get votes. I mentioned them because, well, it's kind of a long story. See, my last boyfriend dumped me after saying my swimsuit was too hideous. He stole it, set it on fire, and laughed about how ugly I was. It was a really traumatic experience for me. I haven't worn a swimsuit ever since. I guess you could say I'm scared to. What if more people hate me and think I can't dress myself? What? But for some reason, I don't know, I cared about Kale's opinion on the topic. Like, if he thought my swimsuit was nice, it would cancel out the one jerk who thought my swimsuit was awful. It probably sounds stupid. I know it does, but Kale is such a nice cat, I feel confident he wouldn't be mean. I can trust him, right? Here we go, perfect. What? Sorry I spaced out for a second there. I'm looking up things on my phone, and guess what? There's a big scratching post convention in New Closure tomorrow. Cats and people from all over the country are planning to attend, and they'll be showcasing over 400 different types of scratching posts. Blingo. Bingo! The only thing they need to make the convention complete is a keynote from a popular presidential candidates. Who burns a bikini? Obviously my ex-boyfriend did. Cats wearing swimsuits. YouTube, you had one job. This is great. It could be a major turning point in my campaign. See, I told you you couldn't quit this early. Keep trying your hardest and good things will happen. I know, and I'm sorry if I get a little sad sometimes. It's just I've been campaigning for 10 months now. Sometimes it gets a little wearying. Is there anything besides dialogue? Nope, it's a visual novel, so that's what it is dialogue and choices. But that only makes me glad that I hired you. Some fresh blood is exactly what this campaign needs. No, Kale, what this campaign needs is you. And lots of you, because you're going to win over the voters, not me. I hope that's true. I also hoped Kale would win. I knew in my heart that he was the best cat to be president of the United States. Little did I know that the New Closure primary would go even worse than the one in Miowa. in which we meet the other person working on this campaign and instantly hate everything about them. I like how they have Kale. Also different pictures and cats. True, Susan. More cats. We went to New Closure that day and booked a hotel. And then we built a pillow fort in the hotel room. That's fun. I know it doesn't sound like we did much, but we were talking while we were building. We came up with a solid plan for the next 3 days. Kale would make speeches, meet with people, and volunteer at a homeless cat shelter. The centerpiece of the plan was the scratching post convention. That would be the big thing, the one that got everyone's attention. Is it too late to add a scratching post to Kale's logo? Right now his logo has some kind of vegetable, which reminds me we need to put something on his website about healthy eating. It's important to let people know to eat right. I'm not a cat person either, but this is really funny to me. See, that's why Kale is such a great candidate. He cares about the people. He cares about the... Who's this lady? Here's your coffee, Mr. Kale. Thanks, Bernice. Good luck with the convention today. We're all rooting for you. Who was that? Huh? Oh, that's Bernice. She's my secretary. You have a secretary? Well, of course. Who do you think writes all of the letters I send out? I don't know. I thought I was the only person working on the campaign. Bernice has been with me for years now, since the very beginning. I find it odd you didn't know about her till just now. Haven't you gotten any of her emails? No. Well, ask Bernice to add you to the email list. She'll take care of it. Okay, I'll do that right away. I was lying, of course. No way would I talk to that Bernice lady. I don't like my character's personality in the storyline. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was the only person working on the campaign. I thought I was Kale's main supporter, his leading lady, and this whole time he had Bernice with him. He probably likes her better than me. She's so much older and more accomplished than me. Plus, I bet she's smart. Guys always like smart women. Me, I'm not very smart. Yeah, I don't really typically like cats either, Paige, but this is hilarious to me. If I had called myself Bernice and Bernice. I don't know why, but I was instantly jealous of Bernice and how close she was to Kale. I mean, getting him coffee, next thing you know, she'll be going through his email and taking his phone calls. Then they'll be married, and it's goodbye, Tori, and hello, Mrs. Bernice Kale. I don't know why the idea depressed me so much, but it did. Like, Kale fired his old campaign manager because they were running out of money, but apparently he kept Bernice on the payroll. What would stop him from firing me and replacing me with Bernice? What if... No, I can't think that way. Kale would never replace me. Would he? How's the coffee, the one that Bernice gave you? A little cold. Huh, I knew it. Bernice is incompetent. Just hold on a second, Kale. I'll get you a new coffee. A good one. I quickly ran to the nearest coffee restaurant. The place had plenty of coffee for sale and not much else. Everyone knows restaurants do best if they only sell one product. Oh, this hipster. Yeah, what can I get you? I want a strong caffeinated coffee. Do you want the normal size or the large size? What's the difference? The large size comes in a bigger cup and it's $7 more. Okay, bye, Paige. Thanks for coming in. How much bigger is the large cup? About 1/4 ounce. I'll take the normal. Everyone always takes the normal. I don't get it. Once I got the coffee, I ran back to the hotel and gave it to Kale. Here you go, Kale. Fresh coffee from your #1 employee. That's okay. I already finished the other coffee and... Drink it! Drink it! Drink it! Okay, if you insist. Yowza, is this caffeinated coffee? Yep, I got it just for you, and I saved $7 for our campaign, too. That's great, but I don't drink caffeinated coffee. It always puts me on edge. It does? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I can go get you another one. It's okay, you can drink this coffee. I need to get going anyway. Can't be late for my appearance at the mall. About that, I heard it's sometimes good if you're late. What? It builds up excitement and anticipation. That's why politicians show up 10 minutes late to everything, including their children's birthdays. I don't have any children. You don't? Yeah, I guess I just never found the right woman to settle down with. Why is my heart suddenly beating faster? Maybe you spend too much time focusing on politics and not enough time focusing on love. I'm sure you'll find a good girlfriend soon. As long as it's not Bernice. Haha, well, we're getting off topic. Shall we go? Yes, sir. We went to the event at the mall. Taking my advice, Kale showed up 10 minutes late. By the time we arrived, the mall manager had already done the ribbon cutting ceremony without us. I thought you weren't coming, he said. What a doofus. After that, we went to the nearby college for Kale to give a speech. He talked to the Free Thinkers Club for people who are always criticizing mainstream ideas. Their policy is to question anything and everything except themselves. It's funny because it's true. Kale told them that they need to think for themselves instead of letting other people tell them how to think. They all agreed it was good to think exactly like Kale told them to. I didn't really understand it at all, but Kale seemed to be a big hit, and all the free thinkers cheered. Mousers, was it getting hot in there for a second? Wow, Kale, that went really well. You're a great speaker. Aw, shucks, I didn't do anything special. I just told the people what they wanted to hear. That's half of politics. You're very good at it. Yeah, in reality, you shouldn't say stuff like that to liberal arts majors. Really? What should you say to liberal arts majors? I'll have a double latte with extra foam. Wait, really? Is that the coffee I should have ordered this morning? No, that was a joke. A good political candidate knows to tell college students that they're important to the future of this country, no matter what they're studying. Even if they study underwater basket weaving. Yep, underwater basket weavers are the backbone of the American economy. Just one of those really, really tiny parts of the backbone that nobody knows about. Wait, are you saying that you're willing to be dishonest in order to get elected? Of course not. I think baskets are great. I think baskets are great too. We have so much in common. Excuse me, Senator Kale. I had a question about student loan debt. See, I owe $400,000 in college tuition and I'm still 2 years from graduation. Is there something you could do to help improve my situation? Of course. I believe that... Ooh, I know this one. We should make college free for everyone. Really? That's a great idea. Yes, if everyone has a college education, then everyone will be able to find a job. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's a win-win scenario. Exactly, and since college tuition is super cheap, I'm sure taxes won't go up all that much. Well, thanks. I'm totally voting for Kale now. Oh yeah, the other guy from the other storyline with the crop top was pretty funny. What is all of this? Great job talking to that student. That's another vote for me. Thanks, Kale. I learned from the best. You. Oh my gosh, look at the time. We have to leave now. Why are you... Oh, the Scratching Post convention. It's in 10 minutes. Quick, let's get in the car and hope there's not too much traffic. We drove to the convention center, making it with 2 minutes to spare. Here we are. Where do we go? I'm not sure. The organizers said that they would meet us out front. I don't see any organizers. I don't see anybody. I do. There's a man over there. Excuse me, sir. Could you point us in the direction of the convention organizers? You here for the Scratch and Post convention? Yes, I'm Senator Kale, and I'm giving the keynote speech. Oh, awkward. What is it? The Scratch and Post convention was canceled due to lack of interest. They sent out a message to all 4 attendees telling them to stay home. Guess you didn't get the memo, huh? The Scratching Post convention is canceled? But it's the cornerstone of my campaign. Tough luck, kitty cat. No! No! I couldn't believe it. The Scratching Post convention was supposed to be Kale's breakout moment, and it was canceled? What would this mean for our campaign? Kale Chapter 5, in which everything is terrible, but we have to pretend that it's not. It's over. I'm done for. I've lost the race. Please don't talk like that. Why not? I'm a loser, a stupid cat who never had a chance of winning. I lost Miowa, and now I'm gonna lose New Closure. There are still 2 days before the primary. I bet you can rebound from this. What's next on the schedule? Who cares? I'm sure my next trip will be canceled, just like the convention. That convention was my big chance to talk in front of thousands of people, maybe even 10,000 people. But now nothing? I lost. I failed. It's all over. He's crying. Wow, Kale's really taking this hard. If only there was one person who'd vote for me, then maybe it'd be worth it. But no, I can't even get a single vote. That's not true. I'm sure your parents will vote for you. And I'll vote for you. You will? Yes, I'll vote for you. When hell freezes over, ha! You're gonna lose, whoever you are. Thunderpaw's gonna kick your sorry butt in the primary. You're such a pathetic candidate, I don't even know why they let you in the debates. Ha 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 ha. Poor Kale. Don't listen to him. He's just trying to get a rise out of you. He's right. I should quit. I should go home and curl up by the heater with a bottle of warm milk. Ha! That's right, crybaby. Run away from Thunderpaw. Kale ran back to his hotel room, leaving me to cancel his other appearances that day. It was heartbreaking, but what could I do? Kale was right. His campaign was in the toilet, and had been ever since I took over as campaign manager. I feel like I've let him down, like I've let America down. What am I saying? I can't give up yet. No, I'm gonna march over to Kale's hotel room and demand he get back in the race. He can't quit. Not when he's done so much and not when we're so close to the end of the primary season. Kale, I know you're in there. You need to come out now.
Can I help you?
I was looking for Kale.
He's here. He was feeling a little sad, so I thought I'd make him feel better by giving him a belly rub.
I'm really tempted to insult Bernice. I need to make sure Kale's okay.
I told you I'm taking care of him. I know him better than you do, okay? Let me handle this.
No, let me in. I need to see him. Meow, what's going on? Kale, I came here to check up on you. That's very kind of you. I'm feeling better, though.
See?
I appreciate the concern, Tori. You're one of the good humans, not the kind that throws rocks at stray cats. I would never do that. I know. That's part of the reason why I like you so much. Anyway, I'm sorry for blowing up earlier. I'm better now. Good. I'm glad to hear it. But I'm not so glad Bernice comforted him instead of me. The next day, Kale showed up and acted like nothing ever happened. Okay, what's on the agenda for today? A breakfast with voters, followed by brunch with an elderly group, lunch with a local union, lunch at a nearby courthouse, and early dinner with donors. I was hungry when I made up the schedule. That's okay, free meals help us save campaign money, which reminds me, how have the contributions been recently? Ever since the last debate, you got, $2. Both of them from me. Oh dear, let's hope we raise more money with today's events. Kale worked hard that day and the next day. I'm sure he made a difference and touched people's lives. Still, there are millions of voters in the United States. Visiting them one by one isn't very effective. Maybe we should make a cat video with Kale and hope it goes viral on the internet. Everyone we met was very happy and positive except for one person. Ha ha ha, you losers are still here? Thunderpaw all the way. God, that obnoxious Thunderpaw supporter's been insulting us every single day we've been here. Just ignore him. Let's go back to our rooms. Why don't you give up? Nobody knows who you are. That's not true. Lots of people know who he is. Are you joking? He's a nobody. There are 40 other cats just like him. You'll be lucky if you're even a footnote in the history books. Agree that Kale is a hopeless candidate. You be quiet. Kale is a great candidate and he's trying his hardest to win. But he doesn't have a chance. He keeps going even when the odds are against him. That's what I call dedication. It's that kind of wonderful dedication that makes him an ideal candidate. And if you don't agree with that, then you can go climb a tree. You're an idiot. Thunderpaw will win New Closure, you'll see. Kale will kick Thunderpaw's butt from here to Closhington. Now get out of my face. Fine. Later, losers. Peace out. Tori, That was really brave of you to defend me in front of that violent person. It was the right thing to do, not just because you're my boss, but because I truly believe you're the best candidate. You're so wonderful. I don't deserve a campaign manager like you. Kale purred and rubbed against my legs. At first I was shocked by his straightforward actions, but then I started to enjoy it. He's such a wonderful cat. Such a wonderful cat. I can't imagine anyone else doing a better job as president. Little did I know that in New Closure, Kale would suffer his worst defeat yet. Okay, I'm gonna save it and stop here. Okay. Okay. That was really fun. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Um, I'm gonna. It's like almost 10 o'clock, and I just realized I haven't eaten any dinner, so I'm gonna go do that. But I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for my new follow. For the people I haven't met before, thank you for stopping in for a little while. I hope to see you back soon. We'll finish up this story sometime probably this week. We'll finish up this storyline here with Kale. I'll also be doing another reading stream probably tomorrow morning if you want to catch that. And then probably Saturday, I'll be back with a Nancy Drew stream. So I'll see you guys then when I see you. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Take care of yourselves. Much love from me to you, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.